Hi everyone, it's Tammy with Shabby Fabrics. I'm back with another wonderful Wilmington project. This project is called Simplish by Wilmington. This wonderful collection is called Chantrell. And we just released this collection and we're already getting a lot of people wondering if there's a quilt that goes with it. The answer is of course there's a quilt that goes with this project. So I'm here to show you how to do this very simple-ish quilt by Wilmington. All right, so everything is included in the download, which is in the link right below this box. You'll be able to find the project sheet, which is this, and you'll also be able to find a link to our kit. So let's get started. This project uses a 10-inch square pack like this, and a 5-inch square pack, and a strip pack as well. All right, you also need binding. You need your green binding on there. So what I do when I have packages like this, I'm going to cut 3 layer cakes at a time. So I just take them right out of my pack, and I'm going to center these on my board just like this. And you can see how these little pinked edges kind of come over my lines a little bit. That's because these squares are just slightly bigger than 10 inches. So I'm going to use my ruler and I'm going to trim these up a little bit. Let's see if we can get these to stay right where they're supposed to be. I'm going to cut this directly in half first, like this, straight in half. Okay, so you can take off these little tiny edges and just take off those little pinky edges just so that you're sure that you're right on that 10-inch mark and you know where you're at. Just like that. Okay? And that's all you do with your 10-inch squares. Just like that. Some of them you're going to cut down into 5-inch squares. The 5-inch squares that we have in the charm pack, you're just going to use those as is. So let's lay a block out. Let me show you how this lays out. So we're going to take a 5-inch square and we're going to take a 10-inch square that has been cut in half, and we're going to take a black piece into the middle just like this. All right, so let's sew these together. Let's go ahead and stitch this, and you can see how I do this. I don't normally use pins when I sew small things like this. You can pin this. Please feel free to pin this if that works better for you. Today I am on a Bernina 770 and I'm using a 97D foot. This uses the the dual feed system with Bernina. I love that. It just feeds it right through. I don't have to worry about the fabric moving at all. You see how clean this is on both sides. So I'm going to press this. I'm going to press all my seams toward the black on this quilt. Let's finger press that open a little before we give it a good press. All right. And now I'm going to add my big one to this. Just like this. And again, to pin or not to pin, that's up to you entirely. Alright, here we go. Just like that. We'll cut our thread. Perfect. Alright. And again, I'm going to press toward my black. So I always leave my black facing up when I press toward my black, so I can set that seam, and then when I flip this over, that seam automatically presses right exactly where I want it to. Just like that. Beautiful. Okay, this is your block. This is how easy this quilt is. You are going to make 36 of these. All right, so now when we lay these out in the quilt, and I'm going to move stuff out of my way here. When we lay out a row, I have a row done for you, so you can see how this works. Let's turn this direction. Okay, so we're taking our blocks and we're just turning them like this, and we're adding this long sashing strip in between them all. So I have 9 blocks here, and I'm going to add this one to this end right here. So let me put this on here. Now this is a lot longer length than just 5 inches. So for that, I am going to pin. I want these seam allowances to stay right where I put them. So I'm just going to put a couple of pins here. I don't need to pin right up to my seam allowance. I can pin it back a little bit, and I'll show you why as I sew past this. This way my foot is able to go right past my seam allowance, or my pins, excuse me. It'll go right past my pins, and I don't have to take them out as I sew. See, when I come to that, I can sew right past my pin, and I'm not in any danger of hitting that pin, because I don't want to hit a pin. But those pins were plenty just to hold it exactly where I wanted it. Okay, there we go. This row, I'm going to press this again toward the sashing. Let's move this out of the way. All right. So you can see on the back how I pressed everything to the black. Here we go. Just like this. All right, we have a row made. Okay, so the reason I made an entire row like this to show you guys how to do this. This is actually my second row. This is my first row. And what I have done is I have done a row and I have added my long sashing strip to this. Now when I put this second row on, this was a little bit tricky, and this is why I'm showing you how to do this. So we're going to take our row, and as you would expect, flops over on top like this. So you start pinning this on one end right here. So I'm going to put in a couple pins, and then I'm going to show you how I check this row. Because what's really important on this quilt is that all these black sashing strips all line up perfectly straight, like here. I don't want them offset at all. So to get that to work, I'm going to fold this row back halfway. These guys will behave over here on the end. There we go. Okay, and we're just going to slide this over. And now I'm going to make sure that when I'm pinning this, that these two are exactly lined up. I want this sashing perfectly lined up. And if it's not, just give it a little tug and adjust it as you go. But you need to watch this as you're pinning this, just to make sure that this sashing is all going to line up. So all your rows will be perfect. All right. So that is how you make the Simplish quilt by Wilmington. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. I look forward to your comments, and we'll see you again soon.